What's up guys? In this video, we're going to rank and show you how to get every sword available in the second sea of Blox Fruits. Whether you're new to the second sea or a max level player who wants to complete your collection, this guide has everything you need to know. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay till the end for the ranking of a crazy sword. Before we dive in, let me quickly explain how we're ranking these swords. We're considering three factors. First, the damage output, how much damage the sword can deal in combat. Second is utility, whether the sword has unique abilities that can be useful in both PvP and PvP, along with whether it is easy for agility and movement. And finally, how difficult it is to obtain the sword. First up, we got the Dragon Trident. The Dragon Trident can be obtained by defeating the Tide Warrior boss at Forgotten Island in the second sea. They have a low drop rate, so be prepared for some grinding and you might want to buy 2x boss drops. Speaking of game passes, my crew is hosting some giveaways if we are able to reach 200 members by January 10th, so make sure to check out the link in the description. These videos take hours to make, so if you could, make sure to subscribe as well. Now back to the video. Dragon Trident's moves are very good for stunning your opponent. They can also break Ken, which would allow you to easily hit higher damage moves. Dragon Trident has great range and solid damage. Its special abilities make it very effective in crowd control and PvP fights. Using these, I think that Dragon Trident deserves to be in the S tier right off of the bat. Next up we have the Flail. The Flail is dropped by Smoker at Hot and Cold. Similar to the Dragon Trident, this sword requires some grinding since the drop rate isn't very high. This sword, originally the JIT, isn't the best for PvP or PvE. I don't think I have seen one person use this unless they are trying to get mastery on every weapon in the game. If we look at it though, its moves are good for mobility, but there are much better choices. I think that this weapon is a D tier and most would agree with this rank. Now let's get to the Gravity Cane. You need to defeat Fajita, located at the back of Green Zone in the second sea. The drop rate is also low as it took me almost 50 tries to get it, so persistence is key. The Gravity Cane's moves are excellent for controlling enemy positioning. Although it doesn't have long-range capabilities, you can pull opponents into you, which make it the best weapon for keeping combo starting in the entire game. I personally use this as my sword in my build, which allows me to have a ton of half combos and a couple of full combos. I think that this sword is deserving of the S tier and it might be better than the Dragon Trident, especially for skilled builds. Next up we have the Longsword. The Longsword can be obtained by killing Diamante in the flower field outside of the cafe in the second sea. Again, the drop chance is low, but it is still higher than most of the other ones. Longsword is a weapon that is not really used that much at all, so it is very hard to rank. It doesn't have good moves, so it is mainly for grinding. I think that this sword will be the first in the F tier. Next up we have Law's weapon, Coco. Coco is dropped by completing an order raid and getting this very rare drop chance. I have done almost 20 of these raids and have not gotten the drop yet. Coco has high base damage and excellent O potential. Even though I don't have the sword, I have gone against many builds that utilize it along with the control fruit. This sword is really good, so I will put as an A tier sword. Next, we have a surprisingly useful sword. The Midnight Blade can be purchased from the L admin in the cursed ship for around 50 ectoplasm, which you can farm by defeating the NPCs on the cursed ship. Midnight Blade's teleport ability makes it a top tier choice for PvP. Its high damage and mobility make it difficult for enemies to escape. The sword also has some very good range along with its damage, so it can make for some really good combos that can be chained with fighting styles such as God Human and Dragon Talon. This sword is really good, so I am going to put it as an A tier sword. Next, we have the three swords that can be used to craft the true triple katana. These are Orochi, Saishi, and Shizu. These swords can be acquired through finding the legendary sword dealer that sells a random one of these three for $2 million. These swords not only make a very good sword after all being combined, but they are also very good individually. Shizu and Saishi have some very good mobility moves along with Orochi's damage dealing and fast attacks. These can make for some good combos on their own. I would put all three of these swords into an A- tier. Now we have Enel's weapon, the Pole. To upgrade the Pole to its second form, you need to have Pole V1. You can obtain the first form by defeating the Thunder God in the first sea. Once you have it, head to the second sea to evolve it by going through a bunch of Rumble raids with the Rumble fruit equipped, and when you are transported to the Awakening, one of the options will be to awaken your Pole to the next version. Pole V2 has incredible range and high damage. Its lightning-based abilities can stun enemies, making it one of the best swords for PvP. This sword has the damage and stun to be like its fruit, Rumble, and can allow a lot of good combos to come from it. Using this, I will put the sword in S tier. Now we have Rengoku. Rengoku can be obtained by finding a hidden chest in the Ice Castle. You'll need a key, which is dropped by the awakened Ice King in the castle. You will then need to use the key on this exact wall and get Rengoku from behind it. Rengoku has high base damage and powerful burst moves, making it perfect for PvP and boss fights. This sword is used a little bit in PvP but mainly for grinding. I am going to put this sword in the C tier. It isn't used too much and isn't really the best in anything. Now, what you have all been waiting for, DTK. The true triple katana is one of the hardest swords to obtain. To get it, you need to have obtained and mastered 3 swords up to 400 mastery, Saishi, Shizu, and Orochi. Once you've done that, talk to the mysterious man in the green zone to combine them into the true triple katana. DTK has extremely high damage, fast attack speed, and a versatile moveset. Its abilities are perfect for both PvP and PvP, making it arguably the best sword in the second C. The sword is used a lot in PvP and its strength matches how much it is used. This sword definitely deserves S tier. That wraps up our ranking and guide on how to get every sword in the second C of Blox Fruits. Let us know in the comments which sword is your favorite and why. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a future guide. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.